Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is ADD-ONS. I'm part of the Reborn Sports Network team, and I just successfully dropped a video pretty much highlighting everything that you can expect to see from the mod, and also highlighting the wonderful group and team that I've been a part of for the last 3 to 4 years. Really good group of guys, very fantastic community. But it has come to me or come to my attention that I have been banned from another server that, in my opinion, I think they're decent guys. I don't know them personally enough. They're the Renaissance group or team or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. Um, they was able to get a video on their Madden 11 mod regarding, or not regarding, but with soft drinks, Sport TV, or whatever his name is. And I find it perplexing that they decided to ban me from their server. I wasn't given a reason why, but I have a couple reasons. And the first one regards to the implementation of their mod, which I have to remind you all, it is in beta form. They never said it is in beta form, but I've been modding long enough, and I have my own modding team, server, and whatnot. So I kind of know what a beta looks like and when it's not a beta. So they decided to do one for Madden 11, and then don't get me wrong, there's some nice little bells and whistles that they changed with that particular game. And in no circumstances or situation do I feel like I'm in direct competition to them. I've been doing this longer than them, so I don't see it that way. My issue is, why are you guys putting that behind a paywall for $6? Now the price point don't is not really a contention to me, but just the of principle, the fact that you have a mod that's not even fully developed yet, and you guys said it would be fully developed by the end of this year. We're in the year of 2026. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. With that being said, why do people have to be a part of a $6 Patreon to get access to a beta? That's interesting. And before I got banned, I remember one of the owners, or a person that runs the particular team, I remember him making a post regarding that when people kept bringing it up. With good reason, because why are you charging for something and it's not even in its full completion yet? That's like me giving away this Madden Reborn 26 for $10-15 just because. See, my team and I, we don't do it for the money. We do it because the gaming industry is in a certain rut with prices, and those prices not meeting the quality of said prices. And it's not fair to be charging people, especially in this economy, for things that they want to enjoy. It's bad enough that we have to pay more for new games, and half of those new games aren't even good or even developed enough to be charging people 60, 70, $80 for. So a lot of people have been going back to older games, and it's been kind of a uptick in modding of older games with good reason. Now, I play a lot of different mods. Of course, I play CFBR, one of the most famous ones. I play Fight Night Revival. There's some PS2 mods that I play, some wrestling games that I play and whatnot. And while all of those mods are free, they also come from people who actually care about what they're doing. And why I say that is because you have to have a certain lack of care for your people and your community if you're charging them outright, especially for something that won't be done until, like, what is this, January? So we're talking about approximately another 11 months. By then, the money would have already been used and abused and all that in between. And I just don't think that's fair. So when I called them out for it, no one, directly said anything to me. But there was definitely some, some backpedaling on that. I don't believe in charging people for betas. I don't even believe in charging people for full mods. Now, this has taken me a very long time to do, and I've had great help from several people across the sports modding community, and I thank you, and I will continue to thank you. But for those that Renaissance group that thinks it's okay to charge people and then backpedal and then have your files on Patreon and a Google Drive, it's too disgusting of a practice for me, if I'm being 100% honest. Especially all of this for what? You guys don't have mods. You do cyber faces that are what? 6 out of 10 at best. There's people who do cyber faces much, much better and they're free. You guys, at least for your college football add-on, that's what I'm calling it. An add-on is not a mod. You know, when people are trying to get things updated, you refer them to a previous mod. But yet, you want them still to be a part of your Patreon for your little cyber faces and outdated rosters and stuff like that. I just don't see the logic behind that. That's not how you properly run a business, if that's your goal. I believe I was told that one of their goals were to foster a community. Now, Reborn Sports Network has been around for about 3 to 4 years. It was very small, started with about 6 to 7 of us. A lot of things has happened, in between now and then. But at this point, we are over 7,000 strong in our community, and that's something to be extremely proud of because it took everybody and their time, their patience to get us where we're going. And I feel like the Renaissance team is trying to fast track that illegitimately by charging people for add-ons and a beta mod. That's literally all they have. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure work is being done behind the scenes and whatnot, and they're using their little mouthpiece to, regurgitate all that information to us. But that doesn't answer my question. What's the point of charging people for something that's not even in its full stage yet? That makes no sense. Not while you have other alternatives. You can go play my mod. You can go play Michael Scarn and Lorax mod on PS Vita. You can go play mods on PlayStation 2 era Maddens, which I think are better. You can play on the PC as well with mods. All of it is free. So I don't understand the logic behind them putting Madden 11 of all games behind a paywall. And I don't think I'm going to get an answer. Why? Because I was banned from their server. And that reminds me of kind of what Fight Night Forever did too. I know they are well known for just banning anybody, but I kind of see those two groups of people in the same lane. And it's scummy. It's disgusting. It's a waste of everybody's time. And you're gatekeeping and locking out a community that you said you need the money to help foster. Let me remind you again, my team started with about 6 to 7 people. We never asked anybody for a dime. What we did was work hard, remain transparent with the community, try to be as helpful as we can, and just let faith, take the wheel on that. And I'm very proud of the accomplishments of all my team members, up and down. Everybody's been great. So I don't understand why we have another group basically trying to, fast track all of that for $6 measly. And again, it's not about the price point. It's the principle. You guys haven't earned your stripes. You haven't done anything to make at least me feel like, hey, let me join your Patreon for $6 and get this, that, and the third. No. Absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ridiculous. And me being a modder myself, especially for Madden, I can already look at the things that they did and I can tell you, hey, that don't take much to do. Now, that's not everything when it comes to modding this particular game, but for a majority of it, it doesn't take a lot. And once you figure out how to do it, you kind of can keep doing it over and over and over again. So that just made me feel like, why are we charging people? Disgusting. And then you have the nerve to block me because I told somebody to learn how to use, the tool that people use to edit, AST files and whatnot. I just don't get it. And maybe this is a representation of what the sports modding community is or turning into. I don't feel that way. But, every community has their little, subcategory, their little pocket of people who are trying to take advantage. And they haven't convinced me at all that they're not trying to take advantage of people. Because, again, there's no reason to put a beta behind a $6 paywall, which people are going to go behind your backs anyway and start releasing that for free. And how do I know this? Because out of my years of modding, that has happened to me. And I've never done anything scummy to anybody as far as charging. So that's just the game that we play, and I accept that. So for you guys to try to charge and whatnot, you're just making the situation worse for all you guys. And I kind of feel bad for Soft Drinks because I feel like he was misled and he was not given all of the proper information. I'm not going to go in detail about, you guys' jerseys and all that stuff, even though I really can, especially how simplistic it looks. I do appreciate any time that was spent trying to, modernize older games and whatnot. But just the practice, man, the practice of it all is just disgusting, man. It's not okay, in my opinion. That will never be okay for me. Never, ever, ever. You don't charge people for mods. You don't charge people, in my opinion, for betas. If you're going to do all that stuff, have some credibility behind you first before you start doing that. Because all you're going to do is set yourself up for failure. And then when people ask for help and whatnot, you guys aren't that helpful, if I'm being honest. Especially if you feel like you don't want to help or you can't help or you help too many people. But that's kind of the territory that you put yourself in when you're A, modding sports games, and B, putting those mods behind a paywall. And I will reiterate, cyber faces, rosters, sliders, those do not make a mod. Those are add-ons. And when someone asks you about jerseys and fields and other aspects of the game that would make it a complete mod, you tell them to refer themselves to College Football Revamped that haven't been updated in years because of CFB 25 and 26 existing. But then why charge if you're just going to refer them to a better mod? That, like, this business practice, it doesn't make sense in my head. I don't know if they're teenagers or young adults who are just trying to make money here and there and they haven't quite found their career, but it just smells very disgusting, and I don't like it. And for what? So people can play old games during their downtime? That's not okay, man. That's not okay. That's not okay. Like I said, I already mentioned other mods, college football, Fight Night Revival, the mods that the Reborn Sports team did, even NCAA 06 Next, them boys. Everybody's working hard to present something, for free, and so that you can build and foster a community. And we got these jackrabbits, for lack of a better and more appropriate word, just trying to fast track all of that. Just disgusting practice. So please do not join their Patreon. Just wait. You can play my mod that you see here. You can play mods on PS2. You can play the PC version of Madden. They're all better and they're all free. Save your money, please. Because when you need help trying to figure that shit out, they're not going to help you, because guess what? Too many people are going to need help because they're not going to do their research. They're just going to look at it like, oh, this better than Madden that is on PS5. And while that's true, I challenge people to do more research. Really look at the quality of things that you're paying for. Yeah, it's $6, but hey, that's $6 that can go somewhere else for something better. Or if you're just going to throw it down the toilet, put that shit in charity or something and let somebody else benefit off that. But don't give it to them yokums at all, because they're not providing you anything of quality, especially when the alternatives are of higher quality and, most importantly, free. Free 99. I appreciate you guys listening. I just found it a little rude and a little disrespectful for them to ban me. So yeah, I'm putting this video out here, and we'll see what happens. Save your money. Don't join their Patreon until they have something substantial and something adequate. And even then, don't join their Patreon. Wait for them to drop it free. And the longer it takes them to drop it for free, the more telling their scummy practices are. So just be aware. Blessings to you all. We support the Reborn family. Support all these great mods. The CFBR team. Support the Fight Night Revival team. Just support the NCAA 06 Next team. Support those guys. Stay away from Renaissance, because the only thing that they're making a renaissance of is your pockets. Godspeed. Everyone has a blessed day, please. And check out the mod. And check out the Discord. Link will be in the description. DD Donut out.